Welcome back to another day of practice. In today's session, I want to focus on a movement pattern. So throughout this week, you've probably noticed that there's areas of your body that chronically hold a little bit more tension or that don't have as much mobility, or even parts of your body where you're like, wow, I barely ever have brought attention to that part of my body before. And this happens. We all have familiar movement patterns. We have familiarity in where we spend time within our body. So I love this movement pattern because it gives us an opportunity to connect and to integrate all the parts of ourself and then move from there. The movement pattern that we're going to explore today is called naval radiation. So this is a movement pattern where there's no anatomical focus. There's not like this part of your anatomy that is going to help you to locate. It's more about spatial awareness and spatial tension within your body. And you probably guessed with the word navel that it originates at your navel center. So obviously we can locate through our belly button. But again, it's not an anatomical focus, so it's not necessarily this exact point. So I want you to bring one hand over top of your navel, your small intestines, this area, and you can take the other hand and bring it behind you. So it's like you're sandwiching your navel center in the front and the back. And then just bring your attention to the very center of your center. And this is going to be the epicenter of our movement today. This is going to be the very center. So when I say move from center, this is the center that we're locating. Just begin to add some breath. Notice what the as-is experience is in this part of yourself. Does it feel quite active or more passive? And as you breathe deeply into the space between your hands, then invite in a little bit more energy, a little more flow. Your breath itself starts to create movement. Now, keeping your awareness here, release your hands and move forwards onto your hands and your knees. Locate the crown of your head and where your tail is, the base of your spine. And then draw a line here from your navel center to the top of your head and from your navel center to your tailbone. Now imagine that this whole line is like a slack line, and someone's pinching the center of the slack line right at the navel center. So find a little bit more elasticity and tension as you move your tail away from your navel and move the crown of your head away from your navel as well. Maintain that as you begin to find expansion and contraction through cat-cow. So nothing collapses along the way. We want to keep it taut. We don't want any slack along the line of navel to tail and navel to crown. Keep tracing the movement pattern as you move. And then come back into neutral, where you're meeting yourself right in the center again. Extend and reach your right arm and your left leg. Lengthen long through the upper limb of your arm, the lower limb of your leg. And then again, connect right into that epicenter of the navel. So there's a diagonal line, an imaginary line moving right through the middle of your body. Take a full breath in. On your exhale, Draw your elbow and your knee towards each other and then up towards your navel. Stay here for a couple breaths so that you're connecting and integrating your right arm and left leg towards the center. Now, like a flower that is blooming and opening, slowly from your navel, from the center, begin to expand and reach your right arm and your left leg away from each other at the same speed. Take a breath in. On your exhale, once again, move inwards. So repeat this 2 more times and see if you can radiate out from your center through these 2 limbs at the same time. There's an equalness in tone, in expansion, in spatial tension. Good. Next time that you complete the expansion, come back through center, reset in the middle, and then expand and reach your left arm and right leg away from each other. Draw the line. I like to think about it like there's like a fluorescent glow stick in the middle of my body. And then on your next exhale, draw your knee and your elbow towards each other and connect into center. Keep your breath flowing and slowly start to move your arm and your leg away from each other. Don't worry if one feels a little less connected right now. We're tracing the movement pattern. On your next exhale, draw in and expand out. Don't worry if your breath isn't matching the movement perfectly, just keep on moving. Radiating out from center equally. Next time that you expand out, lower down, reconnect through the center, place your palms, tuck your toes, and lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. So one clean line of energy. Imagine that your tail is really long. Imagine that your tail is just as long as your legs are. And expand your tail all the way up towards where the back wall and the ceiling meet behind you. Keep pulling and tethering from your navel to your tail. Find strength that keeps you in the shape from that connection. Take another full breath in and full breath out. And then look forwards and step your right foot forwards to the top of your mat. You can pause on your fingertips, use blocks if you need to bring the earth up to you. And then again, from your navel, press down in through your feet. Rise all the way up and interlace your fingers to the top of your head. Now draw a line from your navel to the top of your head and reach up through the crown of your head as you press down through your legs. So see if you can find an evenness here. So it's not in motion, it's not in movement. The movement is the expansion from the center. And allow for that to create more containment and more steadiness in the shape of your body. Take another full breath in, and then on your exhale, lower your fingertips down to the earth and step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back behind you, same leg. And on your exhale, draw your knee in towards you. Now, as you draw your knee to navel, press from your navel all the way down into your hands. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, draw your knee in. One more time. Lengthen out. Now, as you lengthen out, keep pressing through your palms just as much as you're reaching your leg. Draw your knee in one last time. And then step back into downward facing dog. Step your left foot forwards to the top of your mat. Use blocks as you need to. Really connect and find that radiance from navel down through your feet. And then rise up, interlace your fingers. pressing out through your feet and through the crown of your head equally, creating like a star with just 3 points, 3 radiant beams coming from the center here. Help to stabilize and find a strength here as you connect to your body evenly. Take another full breath in. On your exhale, bring your palms down to the earth. Step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your left leg up and back behind you. And then on your exhale, shift forwards, draw your knee to navel. Again, so lengthen the leg back and draw in, but start to trace the line through your upper body, through your 2 arm limbs. And see if, as you draw in and as you expand out, you can match the reach of your left leg and the reach of your arms. Slowly lower your left leg back down into downward facing dog and look forwards to the top of your mat. Step or jump forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Bend your knees and reach your arms up overhead into Utkatasana here. Now feel strong here. This is muscular strength. Press down through your feet and rise all the way up. Bring your hands through heart center and release your arms alongside you. So find your navel again. Find that connection. Inhale, lengthen all the way up through the crown of your head. Exhale, bend your knees. Interlace your fingers to the top of your head once again. Find that length and space. Expand navel to crown and navel to tail, and see what that offers that's different than simply just squatting in this shape. One more full breath in. Exhale, bow and fold forwards. Take an inhale, lift up halfway. Slowly step your left foot back to the back of your mat here. Bring your left palm either underneath your shoulder flat, or you can also bring a block there if you need more space. Now bring your right hand to your navel. And before you move, just think about your 2 legs and your arm reaching down like a tripod. Let them expand and reach from your center equally. Turn from your navel, so your belly button, that deep center, initiates the movement, and then twist and rotate towards the right-hand side. Now trace the connection you have, navel to left hand, and then expand and reach through your right arm here. Trace all 6 of these limbs now. The 3 lower limbs of your legs and your tail, the 3 upper limbs of your arms and your neck and your head. Take another full breath in and full breath out, and then inhale and untwist and come through center. Step your left foot forwards to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway, other side. Slowly step your right foot back and create that tripod of radiance here, all the way from your navel. So tracing the inside of your body. Even if you're just imagining it to start, what would it be like to feel expansive and move in a way that's balanced and full? Bring your left hand to your navel and then twist from this place as you shift and move towards the left. Press down from navel to right hand and then expand all the way through your left arm as well. Once you're in the shape, move. So it's a subtle movement. We don't have to move and change the shape, but it's an energetic movement, a radiance that happens from the center all the way right out through the periphery. Take another full breath cycle here. And on your next inhale, come back through center and then step your back foot forwards to the top of your mat. Bow and fold over your legs. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands through heart center and release your arms alongside you. Step out wide on your mat. Turn your right toes out. Have heel to arch alignment. Relocate your navel here and expand and reach your arms out wide. And you can open your arms wide to the front here. Trace, trace, and find now the 6-pointed star inside of your body. So no hierarchy between any of these 6 limbs here. Take another full breath in, full breath out, and then slowly start to move into triangle pose. You can use a block if you need one. And you can bring your left fingertips into and around your navel center again. And just start to play. Play with bending your knees slightly, with finding a way that you can contract and connect in towards the middle, drawing your hands, your feet, the top of your head and your tail inwards, and then allow yourself to move out. Got a few more times, drawing in, expanding out. So now finding some physical movement here within the posture. Rise all the way through center, switch sides. Open yourself up. Find that tension in all directions as you take the shape. This will also help you to stay stable as you move. It's not just about drawing in. The radial expansion helps to offer us strength as well. And then play. Contract, connect, and radiate. Connect into center, draw your feet in, draw your arms in, and expand again. Good, one more time here. And then rise all the way up. Step forwards to the top of your mat again. All right. Bring your hands to your hips. For stability, bend your knees. Standing on your right foot, wrap your left leg around. So you can either cross your knees here. If you need extra stability, your toes can be down. Or maybe you wrap your left toes around the back of your calf muscle here. Let's find the connection here with your right arm over, your left arm under. Locate where your knees are and where your elbows are, because we reference these from tabletop, but draw them towards each other and in towards your core. So you're really feeling this connection of arms and legs right in towards the center. Continue to breathe, but notice that each time that you breathe, there's an opportunity for you to reconnect. Your navel center becomes the epicenter of your breath. Okay, here's the challenge. We're going to start to move, but stay as connected as you need to, drawing your limbs in towards the center. And you can use a block here or anything that will help to offer you stability. But see if you can unfold your arms and your legs equally at the same speed. Try that again. Draw in. You can even come all the way through center, back into eagle pose. And then once again, it's not about getting it perfectly, It's just about seeing what part of me is less familiar with being involved in the movement. And how can I repattern by moving in a different way, by tracing this pathway, by finding connection in this way. Come back to standing, and we'll change sides. Bend your knees, standing on your left foot, wrap your right leg around. And this time, your left arm comes over, your right arm comes under. Connect to center. Connect to center. In the yoga system and chakras, your navel center is the right to be yourself, to be an individual, to connect to your amazing uniqueness. From the navel, start to unravel, start to spread and radiate out equally and evenly. Good. Repeat a couple times. Let your brain watch this as well. Even if you're wobbling, it's like allowing for your brain to watch, to understand, to repattern. One more time. Lengthening out, and then stepping your feet together once again. Come all the way down to a seated position. Extend your right leg out and bring the sole of your left foot inwards here. Find once again the expansion and extension of navel to tail and navel to crown. Maintain that spatial tension as you turn towards your right leg. Bring your fingertips down. Now the tendency is that a lot of the time we move from our head, especially in a forward fold. So instead, keeping the extension through the crown of your head, see if you can initiate the movement from the center here. And finding a fairly static posture, one where we're not moving, like the last little mini practice that we had, but instead, where you're continuously finding a way to embody yourself with this evenness of radiance in the internal landscape of your body. Nothing goes to sleep. Everything is bright and present. Keep your breath flowing. Rise up and switch sides. Finding especially that navel to tail, navel to crown. And keeping that steadiness. Move from center as you create this shape. Remember, it's not in the front, it's not in the back, it's right through the middle, moving from center and extending right through center. You can play with where that is as well. If you have to move slightly forwards or slightly back, explore. Find the middle. And keeping that rise all the way up. Roll your shoulders out a couple times. Move your head from side to side. Come into a seated position. Let's just take a couple moments just in seated here. Close your eyes. Drop from your navel down to your tail. Visualize that there is a bright light radiating from your center. And allow for that warmth and power to permeate your whole body. Knowing that as the light shines, it helps to melt any parts of yourself that are frozen, that may be hidden, that are ready to be revealed. And as we continue to clarify these pathways of connectivity, we allow for there to be more of a flow and a channeling of our energy in real time, in present time. You can open your eyes. I know I always feel brighter, lighter, and just more connected in my body after practicing that movement pattern. Know that this is something you don't have to be in yoga poses. You can trace this pattern and this relationship that you have in any moment whenever you need it. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.